What it be, what it be, what it be, what it be. New unit, angles and triangles. Triangles. All right, student handout number 1. Today we're going to talk about complementary and supplementary angles, and you do have to kind of remember those. Geometry, you just got to kind of remember some stuff, and these are two of the things you got to remember. Angles can be named many ways based on their characteristics. All right. This thing right here is called a protractor. You should know that. It wouldn't hurt if you got one. You can get them for like 50 cents at the store. Be nice if you got you one. Need to get a protractor. All right. The first question is, what is the measure of triangle CFE? Well, first of all, if you don't remember, this means triangle. So we're talking about a triangle, and it starts at C. So it starts right here. Then it goes to F, and then it goes to E. So we're talking about the triangle there in blue. Okay? That's the triangle they're asking. What is the measure of it? Well, right here at C, it is at what? You can go by the top or bottom number. I'm going to go by the bottom number. Why? Because the bottom goes from this side 0 to 80. So it is 80 degrees. If you went by the top, I'm going to circle in red, you would have had to subtract 180 from 100. But since you went by the bottom, it just tells you, since this is 0, this is 80. So the degree is 80 degrees. All right, now, what is it from AFC? So AFC. All right, what is that angle? Well, the top part, 0. So I'm going to go by the top number this time. Why? Because it starts at 0 there and goes to 100. Now, what if they did not, but what if in red here, they ask you what this triangle was? DFB. What if they ask you what that triangle was? Now you would actually have to subtract on the protractor. You could pick the top or bottom. I'm going to pick the bottom. I don't know why, just because I want to. So you'd go out to 120 minus 30. And the angle of that one is 90. So you see how you have to subtract them. Why did I have to do that on the others? Because the others went to the 0 mark. And the 0 mark can go either way. Okay? All right. Acute angle. A cutie pie. A cutie pie. A cutie pie. It's like a baby. It's less than 90. All right, obtuse is fat. He's obese. Coach Spartman. is an angle that measures between 90 and 180. A right angle is always right, and it's a measure that measures exactly 90. A straight line or a straight angle is a straight line, and it measures exactly 180. Now, here's our word for today. Complementary angles are angles that have a sum of 90 degrees. Supplementary angles are angles that have a sum of 180. How can I remember that first? C becomes before S in the alphabet. So C is 90 degrees and supplementary is 180. C becomes before S. All right. What are some examples of acute angles? Angles less than 90. AFB is less than 90 because it's only 60. So triangle AFB. Now, I do want to clarify something that really confused me when I was at school. I could put triangle BFA. Those are the same thing. So it doesn't matter which one of these you put first, as long as the middle of the triangle there is in the middle. Okay? So it really doesn't matter. All right, the next triangle that is less than 90 degrees. Okay? Less than 90 degrees, EFD. EFD. That's another one. All right, because that one is only 30. What's another one that's less than 90? EFC. EFC. All right, what's another one? What about this one? AFC. No, that's 100. So that is not one. What about BFC? That one's only 40 degrees because look, it goes from 60 to 100. That's 40. So that's one. So BFC. Oops. BFC. All right, and there's one more. The last one is DFB, because that one goes from 150 to 60. So is that one? No, that one's actually 90. My bad. It has to be less than 90. I thought it was less than 90. My bad. So, did I get CFB? CFB. Yeah, I got that. Did I get CFD? Nope, I didn't get CFD. I didn't get this one. Or DFC. Nope, I didn't get that one. Last one is DFC. Or you could have put CFD. Now just remember, any of these, you could have flipped these two letters on any of them. Okay? Now, you don't have to write it both ways. You only have to write it one way. Like if I write it like that, circled and like in red, I don't have to write it like this also. I do not. I only have to write it one way. But you could write it either way. Okay? All right. What are the ones more than 90? More than 90. All right. What about AFC? That's 100 degrees. What about AFD? And then what about, last one, what about EFB? All right, because that's 120. Oops, 120. This one was 100, AFC, and then DFA was 150. Okay? All right, so they were AFC, AFD, and the last one was BFE. Again, you could have wrote CFA if you wanted to. You could have wrote DFA, but you didn't have to, but you could have. So if you wrote it the other way, that was fine also. All right, there's only one right angle up here. There's only one right angle up here. And that is going to be what was it? BFD. How do I know? Look, 60 minus 150. Or you could have did 120 minus 30. But either way, it's 90. Okay? So DFB. Again, you could have wrote BFD. Either one of those. All right. There's only one straight line on here. The only straight line on here is right there. That'd be AFE. AFE. All right. Complementary angles. Which ones add up to 90 degrees? There's only two that add up to 90 degrees. If this makes 90 degrees, then what are the two inside of that? CFD and CFB. Okay, those are the two inside of that. So BFA and DFE or EFD, whatever, however you want to put them. No, hang on. Let me back up. BFC. and DFC. My bad. All right, there's one more. Let me rewrite that so it's a little smaller, because there's one other sets. So it was B, F, C, and D, F, C. All right, the other ones were, let's go up top. They did not have to be side by side, okay? All right, D, F, E is 30. A, F, B is 60. Is 60 plus 30 not 90? It is. So that's the other ones, okay? Although they're not side by side, they do equal 90, okay? So it's A, F, B, and D, F, E. That sign in the middle means and, by the way. That's the shorthand for and. It's almost like a plus. You want to know how to make it. You make like a plus, but you connect the sides there. All right. And then which ones have equal 180? All right, we know this whole thing is 180, the whole shebang here. So we could go A, F, D, and then we could go D, F, E. So that's one. So let's go A, F, D. And then what was the other one? D, F, E. I will zoom in so you can see all this. So the other one. All right, the next one, we can go A, F, C again. And then we could go C, F, E. So we could go A, F, C. And C, F, E. All right, there's another one. And then the last one, we could go A, F, B, and B, F, E. So we could go A, F, B, and B, F, E. All right, let me zoom in. No! No, 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 no. All right, I'll give you a second to write this down. Guys, I really, really, really need you to focus what you're writing, because when you're dealing with triangles and you got 3 letters, it's easy to just write the wrong thing. Be thinking the right thing and write the wrong thing. So just be really, really, really careful, okay? when we give geometry problems, we're usually not going to give you a lot, so I really need you to think as you go through them. Don't rush. All right. By writing and solving equations, we can determine the missing angle measure. So we can figure out what's missing. Let's show you how that works. All right. We know that this is a straight line. How do I know that? Because I can look at it and tell you it's a straight line. I know that's a straight line. Also, if you look at the directions, it tells us they are complementary and supplementary. So I know it's probably going to be 180. All right, so I know that's a straight line, and I know a straight line is half of a circle, so it's 180 degrees. If I know that's 180, and then I know that this angle, whatever it is 136, can I not find the missing by subtracting those? Yes, I can. So I'd go 180 minus 136, and what would you get? You would get 44, okay? But that's not what it's asking. It wants the equation. So let's write it as an equation. So what is the equation going to be? This side plus that side equal 180. So it's going to be 136 plus x equals 180. Now, let me show you something. When you solve that, all you do is subtract 136 from both sides, and you're left with x equals exactly what you said of 44. But you don't have to write that. You just need the equation part of that. All right, let's go over here. This looks like a 90-degree angle, but I know for a fact that it is a 90-degree angle because of this box right here. That little line, those little box that makes a box, tells me that it is 90 degrees. So if I know the whole thing is 90 degrees, I know this side is 74, plus the other side is going to equal 90. So plus x equals 90. And just so we have the answer, all right. All right, so now we're going to find the missing angle. This is how it's going to look. They're going to give you M1. So they give you that part. They tell you what it is. You just got to put it there. So we're going to write an equation. So it's going to be this one, which is 42.8. How do I know that? Because they told me right there. Plus this one, I don't know, equals 90 degrees. How do I know it's 90 degrees? Remember, they gave you that little square right there that told me it was 90. Find the measure of angle 2. How do you know? So down here on how you know, we're just going to work it out. So we're going to go 42.8 plus x equals 90. First step, we're going to subtract 42 from both sides. And I'm left with x equals 47.2, which is the answer. Now, make sure, once you write your answer, guys, you put the degree sign, because we are talking about degrees. So it is very important that you put degrees. Very, very important. All right, this time, we're not going to solve for 90. We're going to solve for what? What is a straight line? It's 180. So I know this side plus this side equals 180. Angle 2 is 65.6. I don't know angle 1, so it's going to be at x plus 65.6. Okay? Now I'm just going to go down here and work it out. Subtract 65.6 from both sides. Left with x equals 114.4, which is your answer. Now go back up here and write it down. Make sure you put the degree sign. And as always, circle your answer. All right, draw a picture to represent the simulation below, then write equation. All right, first of all, two angles are complementary. C becomes before S, so it's complementary 90 or 180. It's 90. So it wants us to draw a picture. So if it's 90 degrees, what does a 90-degree angle look like? That right there. One of the angles measures 15 degrees. If you had your protractor, you could draw it exactly, but I know 15 degrees isn't much, so it's probably somewhere in there. I don't know exactly, but it's okay. And that one is 15 degrees. I don't know this other one, so it's x. So what is the measure of the second angle? So then we're just going to set up our equation. We know 15 plus x equals 90. Because we know the whole thing is 90, we know one side is 15. Subtract 15, you're left with x equals 75. Now, 75 degrees. All right, triangle ABE and triangle DBE are supplementary. C before S, so S is 180. So I know it's going to be equal to 180. So I know it's going to be a straight line. I can do my ruler here if I wanted to. I'm going to do my ruler here. All right. Now, I know the ABE is 160. I don't know. I know the whole thing's... I know the whole thing is 180. 90 is about straight up and down, so that would be about 90, but I want 61. So 61 is probably about right in there. Okay? Now, what is the middle point? So I can label my triangle. What is the middle point? B. All right, ABE or supplementary. ABE is 61, so it's going to be A, B, E. And then the other one is going to be D. Hold on. That's going to have to be E. That's going to have to be A. Because the other one is DBE. So DBE. All right. And we know that this one was 61 degrees. We don't know this one, but we do know this one plus that one equal 180. So let's write our equation. X plus 61 equals 180. Subtract 61. X equals 119. So the answer is 119 degrees. All right, that is all the fat guy in the back wrote for today. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Adios, amigos.